Here are the latest updates from the Pna Newsroom. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. assures that the country will comply with the EMSA, or European Maritime Safety Agency standards for seafarers. In an interview ahead of the ASEAN-EU summit in Belgium, Marcos stressed the need to comply with the EMSA's requirements to give accreditation to Filipino seafarers. Earlier, Foreign Affairs Undersecretary Eduardo de Vega warned that some 50,000 Filipino seafarers working in the European Union may lose their jobs if the Philippines fails to comply with the EMSA standards. In a 2020 audit, EMSA noted the country's lack of training equipment and inconsistencies in teaching and assessment in the training of seafarers. For their part, the Maritime Industry Authority and the Commission on Higher Education, or CHED, submitted to the European Commission the revised policies to address EMSA's concerns. And more good news for motorists. Oil prices will be rolled back for the fourth straight week tomorrow. In separate advisories, oil firms said they will cut their gasoline prices by 1 peso and 70 centavos per liter, diesel by 3 pesos and 40 centavos per liter, and kerosene by 4 pesos and 40 centavos a liter. The rollbacks will be implemented starting midnight. Oil industry experts earlier hinted of a rollback in fuel prices in response to movements in the world market. The Philippine National Police plans to hold more interoperability training programs with the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the Philippine Coast Guard to stop smuggling in the country's borders. PNP Chief General Rodolfo Azurin Jr. said they need more training, especially for special operations in critical areas like Palawan, Basilan, Sulu, Tawi-Tawi, and the northern part of the country closest to Taiwan. Azurin said these planned training with the military and Coast Guard will allow the PNP Maritime Group to acquire necessary skills in operations on the seas. He also said the PNP needs additional high-speed tactical watercraft for patrols. Last week, the Bureau of Customs reported a total revenue collection of 790.3 billion pesos from January to November. This has surpassed the target collection of 721.52 billion pesos for this year alone. In other news, Manny Pacquiao displayed his fighting form despite being in retirement by outboxing Korean opponent DKU in a 6-round exhibition fight on Sunday. Pacquiao faced Korea's YouTube sensation at the Korea International Exhibition Center in Ilsanseogu, Goyang, South Korea. The People's Champ quickly outshone Yu, sending him to the canvas in the final round, but the Korean managed to survive. Pacquiao fought for the first time since August 2021 when he failed to regain his World Boxing Association welterweight title from Yordenis Ugas of Cuba in Las Vegas, Nevada. He announced his retirement the following month and pursued the presidency. The former politician said he will use his earnings to build houses for the poor and the homeless in his Pacman villages in General Santos City and Sarangani. And that is the latest and the biggest stories from the Pna Newsroom. For more news content, visit our webpage or head on to the Philippine News Agency's Facebook and Twitter accounts. We are also shown on the social media pages of the Office of the Press Secretary and on Radio Pilipinas RP1. Stay tuned for more news updates. I am William Theo. We tell stories that inspire change. Good afternoon, everyone.